Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our French orchards map here on Haut-Beyleron, or however you say that. We just dropped off a load of grape juice, made a little bit of money off of that, not bad. And we are now going back to pick up maybe another load, while the prices are still reasonably okay. And then we will kind of go from there. Really, I kind of had some feedback from some people on the comments, and I do appreciate it a lot. It looks like the series is getting some good... a lot of people are liking it so far, which is really awesome to see. But one of the pieces of feedback I got was, honestly, it's really hard to be profitable on the orchards without buying a used piece of harvesting equipment. I mean, you've got to have the used piece of equipment because it's just the equipment straight up is just way too expensive to buy. And then leasing it every time, you basically throw away all your profits from that. So it's one of those things we want to keep our eyes open for. In fact, I should probably check right now as I'm driving around. I went past it, didn't I? Really? I mean, we want to do olives at some point. There's no guarantees an olive one's going to come back. We weren't ready to do olives right now, though. Because we don't have the oil, and like there's nothing else to do with olives other than like the oil, right? Huh. Well, that's fascinating. I got excited for a split second. I was like, oh, it's there. It's not there. Forget where our farm is at relative to here. I'm gonna go down here. Turn left. This will work. Sorry, car. I would love that olive harvest. Like, damn, what's the point? Like, to what end? It does not really help us at all. Unless I start planting olives, but then, you know, we're paying a lot of money for olives that... I mean, we could just sell the olives straight up. You have to sell a lot of olives to pay off a $118,000 machine. So even though it's a ridiculously good deal, I just don't think it's going to help us. We're still having to lease our grape machine. So we're being followed. I was like, starting to get a little sketchy here. At some point, I may just get a auto-loading mod. I mean, as much fun as it is loading the pallets by them myself, at some point it's going to be like, all right, it's getting a little old. Hey. I know you got to yield. Which basically means if you can go faster than me, you get first dibs. But, you know, let's pretend like the stop sign, please. All right. We can load that up here in a second. I do... Man, I just... It bugs me a little bit. Like, how much is that thing normally? It's like... Same price, isn't it? Get my mouse out of the way. Sorry about bumping the mic. 306, and this one is actually just more expensive. It is a more expensive piece of equipment for a ridiculously good price. How much money do we have in loans available? 65. So we couldn't even get it if we wanted to, right? Because that would, well, I think we'd be right there, right on the bubble, but especially if we sold some more products. Man. Just gotta walk away. Can't afford that. Such a shame too. Oh well. Let's go ahead and start loading up some more real quick before the price of the grape juice goes back down again. Do I trust myself to load these two at a time? Not if I can't even get this thing to roll forward for me. I don't think we want to go higher than two at a time, though, because our trailer probably won't be able to support that too well. I mean, I didn't line this up very well, but I think once I pick up the bottom one, it'll kind of fall into place. You're not gonna... There we go. Roll backwards on me, please. Help me out a little bit. All right, we'll get this put on the trailer. Pretty happy with this trailer. I mean, it definitely does the job. We're in a good place with this. I'll move that up a little bit. That's all right. We'll make it work. There's not a lot left here, to be fair. Probably could have just done single row anyway. Oh. So if I line it up good. Come on. I'm holding down the button. Why is it not going forward? Why are you going through it? Looks like it's going through the... I thought it was going through the top of the thing. The box was. I'll just put this on the other side, balance it out a little bit. Probably under normal circumstances, you'd want the weight closer to the tongue, right? Like, wouldn't you? Like, you want to start at the front and work your way backwards? I think that's normally how you'd want to load something. I could be wrong. What do I know? I work on computers all day. It's not a lot, but we'll take these up there and get them sold off because, like I said, I think the price is still pretty good. All right, there we go. And let me double check the prices real quick. Sorry, I have a little spreadsheet pulled up that I think I showed you guys last time. Grape juice, anything above 2,000 is a decent price. $22.88 or $22.28 is a really good price. So yeah, we definitely want to sell while we can. Is that all of our grapes? Are we done processing right now? Yeah, that's everything. Guess we can... I guess you're already deactivated? Oh, okay, that's fine. So say, I can make sure you're deactivated. And then we'll get you some grapes in a bit. Well, I say in a bit. Quite a while, but we'll get there. Should hire a hot air balloon to drop our crops or our grape juice off for us. No, that was a joke. Obviously, I mean, obviously we can't do that, but just in general, that would be a really bad idea. Yeah, let's weigh you down with whatever, ton of grape juice. Ah, took out a sign, went out of control. Yeah, and as soon as it dropped it off, the balloon would start floating away because it dropped all its weight off. 2,000 liters. It's only gonna be about what? 4,000 bucks? 15, 16, something like that for the full harvest or for a full deal. I mean, that's not amazing. It's a start. We can put down a few more lines of grapevines, then we will actually be in a pretty good spot, I think. Is it this one? Don't know this map yet. It is not this one. It's that one. I mean, at this point, we should just definitely put at least 5 more lines down, which would be what, $50,000-$60,000. I mean, we have enough loan left to be able to put a couple more. We could technically probably put close to 10, but then we just have nothing left over. So I think 5 is going to be the most we can do. Smart thing would be to turn on all of our lease equipment. Just turn it all back in and pick it up when it's time. Save us some money there. So that way we're only paying for the loan. I mean, it's a little bit more hassle, but the store is relatively close. A lot less automation on this farm than we do on our others. Even the driving, because there's nothing else to do right now anyway. There they go. Almost 5,000. Not bad. All right, well, that's that. Like I said, I think we have to return all the lease equipment at this point. I mean, at some point I'd like to just, well, at some point we just want to own it and never have to lease it again. But we definitely don't want to keep paying the lease fees for stuff that we just don't need. I think this trailer is one of them. So let's check the lease equipment that we have. I mean, we're not going to need the forklift for a while. There's no sense paying for it during the month. We're not going to need this. We're not going to need do we need the mulchers? Or the subsoilers? We don't need the trailer right now. So we will return you. I mean, they'll pay for it again when the time comes back around. We don't need you. We just finished that stuff, right? Let me actually go back to the farm because I forget where we left off. We just done the trimming, right? Yes. I mean, we will need the solar and the mulcher at some point, but we don't need it right now. So I think we do have to turn those back in as well. Just run them when we do need them. Yeah, I think we've got to turn it all back in. It is what it is. I mean, just can't afford it. And honestly, just to save a little bit of money, one other thing we're going to do is because we don't need it at all either, is we're going to, I'm looking for the construction. Go down to construction. We're going to go to demolish, and we're going to get rid of this thing because, I mean, we don't need this either. It's not a lot of money, but, you know, it helps us get another line of stuff over here. I guess, well, you know what? Maybe I did need the subsoiler to subsoil all this, didn't I? That I did forget about. Although, to be fair, I could just do that with a bigger subsoiling plow thingamajigger. Plow that under. And just make it a little bit quicker. Cultivator. I mean, we get this big old giant plow, but what's the point there? And we're only going to need the subsoiler for just a little bit. So we can go with one of the 3 meter, 4 meter ones, something like that, just to make this a little quicker. It's not like we're saving a lot of money turning that equipment back in, but we just don't need it right now. Is that tractor we've got going to be able to, I think it will be mostly okay. All right, let's get you back to the store. Pick up that subsoiler. Hopefully you can do it without a weight. I mean, it's gonna be a little silly, but I think we'll be all right. And then we'll finish subsoiling all of that, finish planting the new grass, or new grapes, which we can do when? We can do grapes not until March, so we got some time. Wonder if it would have been smart to push the grape vines a little further apart so you could use some slightly bigger equipment. Probably not, but I mean, I'm trying to think of efficiencies where I can. At least we own this little tractor, right? I mean, that's a start. I mean, I could plant something else on the rest of the field just to get some sort of income coming in. But then we need equipment for that, you know? And that's just a lot. I wish the vines themselves weren't as expensive as they are. They just feel ridiculously expensive. I mean, it's entirely possible this is not doable on a hard mode economy. All right, let's get over here, grab this thing, just finish off that field so we can start planting with a cleanish field. This thing's gonna look super wide on this tiny little tractor. It may flip the tractor backwards, to be honest. Not quite. It's gonna have some trouble. We're going to see what happens here. If nothing else, it will be quite humorous. Might as well get the rest of the field done just so it's done. I mean, if we had this entire field full of grapes, we would start making a profit then, even with leasing the harvester. But I mean, that's a lot of work. I guess I should start you over here because we can start laying down grape lines while you're doing your thing. I don't know how much the rocks make a difference. I don't think they will. You'll be able to do this, my friend. Tractor just flips backwards. That would be kind of funny. All right. Looks like you are rolling fine. We are getting credit for a cultivated field. And we're not getting credit for the seed bed, but I don't know if that really mattered. It's hard to tell. We are getting fertilization as well, which is helpful. You are struggling a bit. I want to make sure you get to the end and turn around the right direction before I start doing some grapes. Oh, again, I can't plant them. What am I thinking? I want to just be able to put them down, and then know that they won't grow until whatever, March or April, whatever. But I can't even put them down. So keep getting ahead of myself. Where are you going to turn? Okay, you're just going to drive backwards. Not helpful at all, my friend. This guy is just... These workers are so confused by these fields. I mean, the only other way for us to make some money would be to do contracts. And I was really hoping to avoid contracts on this save. I've got some good contracts out there, but it just, I don't know, it just feels like it goes against everything we're trying to do here. But if we have to do it to stay afloat, because what is it? It's going to be, you know, if it's another year before we can harvest again, times what, $3,000, $4,000, something like that for loan interest. I mean, that alone is $48,000. We're not making $48,000. We're bleeding money. Could sell the house. What are the other options? I just don't... I'm trying to do the math in my head. And you guys might know, you know, just as well as I do, because you probably have done some math as well, but I'm not seeing how it's possible on hard mode and seasons. The math just doesn't work. Not without doing something else on the side. Now, if we plant this entire field of grapes and harvest those, then we make... How much did we make today? All said and done, we made $16,000. So we make $32,000. Still not enough to get us through the year on the loan interest. We would need like field 39 back here completely done to make enough for the loan interest. We could do, I mean, kind of in the spirit of just doing something different than our other game saves, we could do some greenhouses. Greenhouses, I've heard, are pretty decent money. It's possible the greenhouses would be enough to, you know, cover the stuff in the middle, right? Do greenhouses have times that you can plant? I don't think so. I think they could just go year round, right? Because that's the whole point of a greenhouse, right? And like tomatoes, I mean, they don't sell for a ton. Lettuce sells for a decent amount. Strawberries don't sell for a ton, but obviously different volumes here. I think that's the only way we can do this. Is do some greenhouse just for something a little different. We could do some sheep. That's a little bit different. Get us some wool. I don't think I was planning on doing sheep anywhere else. Chickens for some eggs. I mean, we have some other options. It gives us a little bit more consistent income while we're waiting for the grapes. And I think that's what we're going to have to do. So let me, while this guy's doing this, let me see what the greenhouses look like. They're pretty cheap. They're pretty cheap, and they only need water, right? Yeah, the only thing that goes in is water. How big is one of these? I mean, these are not bad. Like, I could do one of each kind, maybe. I probably won't do strawberries, because I think I'm going to do strawberries on the other map. But, like, I could put down a couple of these. Just to give us a little extra something, you know? I can let you line up properly. I feel like you're still not lined up properly, to be honest. But, you know, plop down a couple of these. It's really bugging me that this is not locking. Can I do it better with the mouse? Yeah, this is a little bit finer tune. Something like that. I think that's about as close as it's going to get. If I put down just 2 greenhouses, maybe? 2 of these big greenhouses? Honestly, we might be able to fit 3 in here, but I think 2 of these is going to be fine. And I feel like this is kind of the spirit of just still doing something different, right? Even put another one over here, but I think the 2 for now is fine. We'll see what that does for us. I mean, they're decent sized greenhouses. And I haven't done the greenhouses yet, so like I said, we will probably do strawberries on the grain map, the Elm Creek map, because I want to do I can't remember the cakes and stuff. How do we fill you up? Do we just open the door? Do we just tell you to produce it? Yeah, I guess we just give you water and you're already producing it. So let us up there. Am I doing that right? Oh, we have to activate. Okay. So we'll do lettuce on one and we'll do tomatoes on the other. And if the input is only water, we can handle that. How big, how much of a water trailer? Probably don't need that much, do we? What am I looking for? A miscellaneous? That's gas. Animals? Yeah, this little thing right here. We'll do water. I mean, any of these will, but honestly, we'll probably buy this because we are going to need it a lot. Just dropping our money down a bit. But honestly, if all we do is get enough money from this, I mean, can we get enough money from this to pay for just the loan interest? If we got the loan interest paid off, I'd feel a lot better about our overall chances, right? All right, once the tractor comes back, well, we need to finish this so that we can turn this subsoiler back in and never have to have it again. All right, we're going to put a cut in there. When we come back, we're going to start our greenhouses going, right? I think that's the right move. And we'll see what kind of money we make off of that. Anything else we want to try? I mean, there's some animals we could try that I'm not planning on doing on the other maps. That would be, you know, possibly sheep, possibly chickens. We might not do those on the other maps. So just some different stuff on this map. We'll see. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.